Ladies and gentlemen, when I talk about the fact that Target is in a no-win situation, it's because they put themselves in a no-win situation. Anytime you virtue signal to the woke, what ends up happening is that they are going to eat you alive the moment you try to even go against the narrative in any way, shape, or form. If you don't not have complete submission, which they have requested multiple times from multiple different organizations, openly, mind you, these people who are massively oppressed, according to them, are able to make all these demands. I find it to be very strange. But we have an article here from Fox News that says LGBTQ plus groups wreck Target for having no cojones, just stay out of it. Target Corporation managed to upset everyone, said LGBTQ plus activist Mel Manuel, who was running for Congress. These people look mentally ill, obviously. I mean, there's nothing shocking about that whatsoever. They definitely have issues, and they want to make this into a political movement, a political thing. Target has put themselves in this crossfire. They tried their best to not make a Bud Light situation, but by virtue signaling to the woke and backpedaling, you are now the new Bud Light of retail stores. So let's get into this article, guys. But of course, before we do, just consider giving this video a like to push us out into the YouTube algorithm, and consider subscribing because we're on our way to 24,000 subscribers. We're going to play this video from Fox News and see what exactly it has to say. Let's play it.
Target has been a tremendous ally and to our community, and now due to political manipulation, they felt pressured to remove pride items, and the only valid answer for Target is to step up and say, wait a second, we have a policy that teaches us to love all and support all of our communities. Let's fix this problem another way.
I remember they were very supportive and took a very strong stand when we had the bathroom issue a few years ago. And they've always had Pride merchandise. And so I was very surprised and concerned. I know we're living in a time where people are a little more aggressive about these things,
as they should be.
I didn't expect Target to kind of take a step back like that. You know, it hurt the community.
See, that exactly is why they took a step back. That toddler merchandise that you see back there, all the stuff that's going for the kids, that's precisely why they were forced to take a step back, because people are not falling for this nonsense anymore. They're not being compliant to this nonsense anymore, and that's where you messed up. Everybody was fine with being quiet as long as you were keeping it with adults, but the moment you tried to start this indoctrination of kids, that's where you messed up, people. That's where you messed up Target. That's where you messed up LGBTQ organizations, whatever you want to call these grifting organizations. They messed up big time going after the kids. So let's read this article and see what it has to say. It says, leaders of LGBTQ organizations wreck Target Corporation for stuffing its Pride merchandise into the back of its stores and removing other items completely, saying its business decision caused even more damage to their community than if they hadn't taken a stance at all. And isn't that the thing we've been saying all the time? Like, you should not take a political stance as a company. You should try to be apolitical and try to essentially get as many customers as possible from both sides of the aisle. Everybody's money is green, right? Nobody has blue or red money. Everybody's money is green at the end of the day. So you should be trying to get everybody's dollar, not virtue signaling in one side and then expecting the other side to want to give you their money. The moment you virtue signal to any side, right or left, you immediately alienate 50% of your potential customers right off the bat. They're gone. They are gone. So it doesn't matter, right? And then you end up in this situation where you virtue signaled and then you backpedaled, and nobody likes an Indian giver. So now you want to backpedal, and now the left hates you. So you have the right who hates you, you have the left who hates you, and you have everybody in between who are normal Americans, and that's the majority of the people who hate you. Normal Americans, everyday people that don't want to see you indoctrinating their kids. It says, I'm not walking in Target door if they're not willing to stand by my side, Colleen Condon, president of the Alliance of Full Acceptance, said, and I know that many of our members believe that as well in organizations across the United States. Isn't it weird that these people think that the only way they could shop somewhere is if the company now has a direct political affiliation to them? Like, why do you need complete political allegiance in order for you to shop at Target of all places? It just doesn't make sense. Do they not care about LGBT customers? I'm pretty sure Target wants to keep us, so they want to make sure they understand how important it is to LGBTQ advocacy organizations across the country. Fox News Digital, with organizations who sign signed on to a massive demand letter from Human Rights Campaign to Target Corporation. 200 signatures asked for an apology for insulting the LGBTQ community during Pride Month and for the retail giant to reinstate the items, which guess what? Has not happened. They have not made a statement, which was one of their demands, and they damn sure have not brought back the merchandise in terms of the Satanism merchandise that a lot of people had a problem with. The tuck-friendly stuff I haven't been able to confirm, but according to their website recently, it is not available, so they definitely have removed the merchandise. They still might be in stores hiding somewhere, but in terms of online, it's been removed. It says activist leaders of the organizations blasted Target's decision to back down to political manipulation, which they said could have dire consequences on children. Oh, dire consequences on kids. Yeah, the dire consequences are they won't be groomed by psychopaths like this. That's the dire consequence, and if that's the case, I'll take that consequence any day of the week. It says, I don't think people realize that this kind of trauma of erasing trans people and erasing gay people literally could create a suicidal crisis for a child, Condon said. I don't think you realize that by the nonstop progressive politics that we've been experiencing over the last few years in the most inclusive, this is by far the most inclusive organization of government we've had in a very long time, right? Everybody is all down for the gay shit. And then meanwhile, your suicide rates keep going up. How is it that as inclusivity, diversity, equity, and all this stuff keeps going up and your suicide rate keeps going up as well? How is that possible? If all of this stuff is for their safety and their mental health and it's to make people better and all this stuff and to make it more accepting, the suicide rates have still gone up regardless. So somebody's lying here. Either you guys are lying or we are lying. And I highly doubt we are lying because you are experiencing higher rates even though we are overall more inclusive as a country. So somebody is lying and I guarantee you it's them because this is not about inclusivity. This is not about diversity. This is not about equity. It's about money. All of it's about money, ladies and gentlemen. It always has been and it always will be. We do have targets on our back, and when big corporations like this don't proudly stand with their community, I think it continues to hurt us, said Mel Manuel, the co-founder of Queer North Shore. Manuel is also running for Congress in Louisiana. She added Target managed to anger customers from all sides of the debate. It's not a good look for them because now the LGBTQ community doesn't feel supported, and far-right conservatives are still mad. So I mean, they just managed to upset everyone, I suppose. It doesn't seem great, Manuel said. I'd rather you just either choose not to support our community or support our community and get off the fence because it's not really something you can be on the fence. That's my point. They don't want you to be apolitical. They want your complete and utter allegiance. They want you to fly their flag like this is Nazi Germany, ladies and gentlemen. This is what they want. This is very close to becoming something that they want to make it an all year round thing. If you do not submit to their rule, if you do not submit to their cause, you are their enemy. This is their political ideology. So you have to fight against people like this in any way that you can possibly fight. If you're not comfortable doing one thing, find another way to fight against it, because if not, they will come for you. It's only a matter of time. They've made it very clear that by you being silent, they're considering that an act of violence, which is pathetic on their part. It says the board member of Queer North Shore, Jeremy Thompson, added, or just stay out of it, like you don't have to. We don't expect corporations to act like people. That's something that they have decided to do in creating a persona. Well, that's because corporations have realized that in order to have people stop fighting the machine and to rage with the machine, all they have to do is essentially virtue signal to them, and that's it. That's all it takes. Do a little bit of virtue signaling, and suddenly people think you're on their side. It's amazing. Even though people were hating corporations 10, 20 years ago, now all of a sudden, oh, corporations are our best friends because they virtue signal to us once a year. It's such a sad notion, but it's true. That's exactly what's happening. It says another activist leader who signed the HRC letter said Target's walkback of its own outward LGBTQ plus support felt like being stuffed back into a closet and questioned whether the retail giant was using the marginalized community for profit. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to question that anymore. They are using you for profit. They have always used you for profit. The CEO has come out and said that wokeness is good for business. Over the last decade, they've done it because it's been good for profits for them. That's what they've said. So you don't have to question it anymore, people. Corporations are using LGBTQ, diversity, equity, inclusion nonsense for profit, and it's only for profit. It's not because they believe in your cause. It's not because they believe what you're saying. It's all because they're trying to take your dollar. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.